a great group and a great album. This is the Riverdogs debut record. Came out, I think, 1990. Yes, on CBS, on Epic Records. This is one of those forgotten gems. Didn't sell well at all, despite the awesomeness of the record. It is a tour de force of hard rock, blues rock. Metal fans were into it. Hard rock fans were into it. There's kind of like a soulful thing going on with this record. I love it. You might recognize Vivian Campbell from Dio, and then he was in Whitesnake briefly. Right before he joined Def Leppard, he actually made a couple of albums. He made a record with Lou Gramm and a group called Shadow King that was pretty cool. And he made the even cooler record that I'm holding, which is a Riverdogs debut. This is where I was introduced to the lead singer Rob Lamoth, who's a fantastic, great singer-songwriter. Like I said, soulful voice, but in a bit of a different, cool, hip way, timeless vocal. I would tell you, kind of thinking about someone like Paul Rodgers, whose voice always sounds really good, even though he doesn't sound, he's soulful, but he doesn't sound exactly like that. He's just got this great, gritty, organic voice that just feels real. And lyrically, the songs are fantastically put together. The Riverdogs avoided a lot of the hard rock cliches that you were seeing at the time. This is right before Nirvana broke, and a lot of the Seattle scene was kind of up there, or the Western California scene was out there. So this record kind of came out and was probably caught in the middle. There was a lot of alternative hard rock coming out at the time that was really popular. So you had everything from groups like Living Colour, Faith No More, Jane's Addiction, and then you still had a lot of what was the so-called hair metal scene. And I feel like this record got lost because it was like none of those things. It was kind of more in the vein of traditional 70s hard rock with a slightly modern production, which makes it really cool. So I was a Vivian Campbell fan, so I wanted to know what he was up to, and I bought the record not knowing how amazing this record would be. But I love it. It's just a great songwriting going on. The first single was Toy Soldier, which had this great kind of poppy hook. The choruses that come off this record are terrific. Whisper, the opening, has a great chorus too. Another song that I think should have been a big hit was called I Believe. Terrific song. But even like what we call the standard album cuts, like Water from the Moon, is just really great, poetic lyrics, great harmonies, and like I said, hooks galore. My favorite song though is actually the last track, America, which is just a reflective kind of point of view from working class Americans and the struggles that they face. Just a great epic track. Vivian Campbell is playing some of his best guitar lines ever on this record. For those of you that are a fan of his metal guitar playing, maybe he's playing in Def Leppard and later records as well, that stuff is amazing. It's timeless. But I really would recommend that you check out this Riverdogs album. You're going to hear kind of a different side to his playing, and his emotional connection to the music makes it that much more interesting. I think he was supposed to just produce them, and he just fell in love with the group and joined them. So that says a lot to me. Again, and if you haven't heard Rob Lamoth, the singer, he's got a ton of great solo albums as well that kind of build off the Riverdogs legacy. They're still kind of a band, and they made a newer record that was really cool just a few years ago. Again, not sounding exactly like this, but different. Different in terms of everything else that's out there. Again, tied to organic hard rock stuff. 70s informed, but its own thing. But this is where it all started to me, and this record in particular holds a very special place in my heart. I actually have the cool original promo, so I have like the cool promo photo that came with it, and I have a bio in here as well that talks and waxes poetic about the Riverdogs' individual talents and so forth. But like I said, you can get this record, you can find it. On vinyl, it's a little tough to find, it's a little pricey, but the CD I see around in cutout bins all over. It's a shame, it's a crime. This is an essential record. Check it out, Riverdogs' debut album.